30 a game in the month of April. He has been just absolutely superb. You saw Shumpert's strip as Anthony gets down low, and he's fouled on the way to the basket. Well, he'll get to the free throw line, but not only is he scoring,
but again, there's more room on the floor, and he has a matchup advantage every night.
Number one on your offensive agenda when you face the Heat, do not turn the ball over. Anthony, fake, inside, tried to reverse. And a good second effort.
And sometimes, and we saw it last week against Chicago, he just tries to get it up on the board so he can get to his second jump and tip it in. As Anthony hits a tough pull-up, it clarifies where the ball is going more, and it simplifies your rotations. Shumpert
went for the steal. Him and Anthony, good friends, as Anthony blows past him, and a late whistle and a foul. And they go to the line. I think it's called on Haslam. So Haslam picks up his second. And he's certainly one of the candidates for MVP as Anthony hits the first free throw. Well, the big three starting well here at the Garden. The two meetings they've had prior, one back in January, another in February, both games in Miami, both Heat victories. But as Eric Spoelstra said, every time we face them, they're a different team. Shane Battier's come in, shot clock down to 5. Jeffries bodies up on Bosch, nearly pokes it away. Bosch is going to have to hoist it up. Knicks forced the turnover. Good help defense from Davis. Oh, nice feed to Anthony. Baron Davis spotted his teammate cutting. And that gets the crowd fired up for the first time. LeBron James and the Heat have kept them quiet most of the start. And we played 9 minutes. I think that rested him well on Friday. Anthony the drive and draws yet another foul. Well, back to the free throw line again for Carmelo Anthony.
Well, they've downsized, playing 4 smalls. Good little screen.
As Anthony gets the free throw, our big board coming up, and they're all very big games. Shot clock already down to 6. Anthony drives on Battier. Nice move inside. Can't finish, but foul. Sometimes you forget how strong he is when he goes to the basket. Anthony, this would be his 7th and 8th free throw attempt of the first quarter. And Steve Novak and Mike Bibby kind of. And Baron Davis, according to Mike Woodson, doesn't want to really play more than 25 minutes, 30 the max. As Davis still recovering from numerous injuries. So Mike Bibby, who played for Woodson in Atlanta, now the backup point guard. He switched back and forth between Bibby and Tony Douglas. Anthony, nice little fade, nails it. Shane Battier went for it, and Carmelo Anthony with a 14-point first quarter.
But those are great possessions. James Jones is an incredible shooter.
Wade on Anthony. Drives past him easily and backs it in. 16 points for Carmelo Anthony. And Eric Spoelstra will call time as the Heat, their 11-point lead has been cut to 2. And the first standing ovation of the afternoon from the Knicks fans here at the Garden. Anthony draws the foul on Miller, and he'll go back to the line with 2:05 remaining here in the second. Anthony will shoot double-figure free throw attempts in the first half after this next one.
When you win, to me, he's going to win the MVP, and he should. I just have never thought of it like that. He could sweep that and Defensive Player of the Year.
So every game's still important for Miami, even though they're probably locked into that second spot. Anthony puts it in. 20 first half points for Carmelo Anthony.
When he pulls up, look at his balance.
Again. Anthony now 7 of 13 from the field. He's got 22. So the Heat back up by 4. And then this is a potential first-round matchup. Anthony, difficult shot. Everything going in for Carmelo Anthony.
But you heard LeBron James at halftime when he was talking to Lisa.
Back when he was with the Cavaliers. Anthony strong to the basket.
But you see where that help was by Bosch. It was barely outside that restricted area. You've got to get Carmelo Anthony the help outside the lane.
Lines up a three, puts it in. He's done a little bit of everything. Post moves, drives to the basket, three-pointers, pull-up jumpers, free throws. And he's got 29 points in 25 minutes. Anthony, tough shot. What an array of moves he's had, Jeff.
And when they go to that and they get their spacing right,
Anthony puts it up and draws the foul. Two guys who are great at their craft. Offensive play from Carmelo Anthony.
To be working his way back into playing shape and back into the rotation.
Stoudemire again, possibility of him returning on Wednesday.
She actually took the ball home.
Nice feed inside from Shepard. And Anthony with a finish.
And called Novak's wife to see if she should return it 2 days later. And he said, no, Grandma, keep it. How great is that? Are just terrific.
Smith with a nice defensive play. Smith and Anthony play catch. Back to Smith. In for the layup. Reverse. And it goes. Hung on the rim. Eric Spoelstra thought that Anthony may have touched it. And it should have been called for interference. Tie game with 8.5 remaining. Carmelo Anthony has been brilliant once again offensively. High steps down the lane. Foul on Battier. Anthony has been unstoppable offensively. And we'll have a timeout. Look who greets him at half court, Tyson Chandler. He was a fine defender back then.
You know what remains to be one of the biggest jokes of all time? Is that Mark Jackson was Defensive Player of the Year in the Big East.
I actually saw a lot of those games. He was a good defender in college.
I'm just wondering what Rolly Massimino, John Thompson, et al. Were looking at.
An 18-3 run. Anthony able to connect the three-pointer. And that brings it back to 8 with 1:28 remaining. And Anthony with 42.